Surviving a hurricane, just, and having the courage to shoot video footage at the same time calls for a very special sort of bravery. When Jason sent me the video of him in the middle of Hurricane Beryl trying to save his boats in the mangroves in Carriacou as the eye of the hurricane passed over him, I was shocked by what I was viewing. I first met Jason in Martinique a few weeks ago. He was a subscriber to this channel and rather flatteringly said that he'd been motivated to cross the Atlantic single-handed, partly by watching my video, The Atlantic Crossing Guide. His boat is only 25 foot and he basically built it himself. He spent a while in the Med and then wanted to voyage further, maybe into the South Pacific. So earlier this year, or the very end of last year, he set sail from the Cape Verdes and crossed to the Caribbean. On the way, he got stuck in a sargasso weed patch for almost a week during a calm, just as I described in my last video about losing my anchor. And it was Jason who said to me, "I suppose you dived to your anchor the next morning," when I choked on my Caribe beer. I flew back to Europe, leaving Jason in Le Marin, knowing that he was going to head south to get out of the worst of the hurricane zone sometime. Watching weather forecasts as Beryl approached, I never for a moment thought he was in Carriacou. Then I got a message in my comments box from a mutual friend that Jason had been caught in a 100-mile-an-hour hurricane and that his beautiful little boat had been terribly damaged, but that he had survived. Just. We got in touch with each other via WhatsApp and Jason sent me this amazing video.
It's blowing so fucking strong. I've never been so scared in my life. The boats have all swung around. I'm inside the mangroves. And Natasha has got 4 40-foot boats on top of her. It is insane. So yeah, it's a matter of time. Either a piece of mangrove is going to come through the hull, or that fucking boat next to me is going to make punch a hole. I'm fucking terrified. This is crazy. Anyway, what to do? 75 knots so far. Still a couple hours of this to go. So, oh fuck, I gotta go outside. I think that's gonna break. It's blowing. Just kicked over 90 knots. She's gone. I can't see how she's gonna survive this. Anyway, I've done what I can. I can't go outside. It's you can't stand. Yeah, and I mean I can't. You can see this other boat is lying up against me. I don't know. You can see that. And I'm just waiting for something to come through the hull now. You see, on the other side, I'm in the mangroves proper. Everybody else's fenders is blown down here because we're on the lee now, and in a couple hours we should swing around. We'll be on the windward side. I hope that's better. Not that it will make a difference if I'm whole. So, I want to find time to smile, you know. If she goes down, I don't know that there's any way to go. I think I'll just climb onto one of the other boats and hope they don't go down. And then, if they do, I'll climb onto the next one. There's 4 of them. I've got some choice. The top end is actually a 60-foot spirit yacht, 15 tons. So, giving us that extra nudge that we need. I'm sort of hoping they're aground too. Oh, I just saw a bit of light. Oh, it's getting lighter. Could this, I don't know, if this could be the wall, the eye wall? Fuck, I hope so. Oh, that sounded like a crack. Yeah, there's a crack. I'm punctured. I'm gonna do something about that. Dozens of yachts piled on top of us here. Yeah. And you know the joke is, the worst is yet to come. I'm trying to get a view of the other side where all these boats came from, but it's carnage, every one of them damaged. So we went through the eye, we had 10 minutes of calm, every boat here is destroyed, and in Natasha got through that part. Okay, one small hole, and it's trickling through, but the bilge pump's keeping up. But the wind swung immediately 100 knots. Every boat has either sunk or it's gone to the other side of the anchorage. And Natasha's mast has come down. It's lying in the water beside me, and it hit the windshield, which saved my life, I think. Look at that. Unbelievable. But I've just gone forward to check on my lines, and now I've got the wind I've got the wind ahead, and so that if my lines hold, I should be okay. And I must be honest, since the mast has gone, she's absolutely fine, hardly moving at all. Now I've got the lee of, they're not trees anymore, they're sticks. There's a swell coming off the ocean, it's breaking right over. We're probably about 1.5 meters higher than we were at the start of the storm because of the surge. Shit, my adrenaline is fucking pumping. But yeah, it's carnage. One boat broke free and hit me. I think it didn't do any damage, it was quite a bang. And he's gone into the mist. You can see nothing. It's I'm gonna switch. Nuts. Motherfucker! I've never seen anything like this. Nothing can survive. It's just too much. So I don't know what's happened to John. He's quite far down. There's a blue boat in front of him, but I can't see him. And I'm so glad Susie got off the boat last night, and she took the dogs. Her boat's gone down. Fuck. It's I've never seen anything like it. It's an unstoppable force. This island will be in pieces. I can't imagine a building is standing. It's something so special. But well, now we wait. One boat next to me. There's poor spirited lady. She sank. And Sheriff's hanging in behind her, but in the distance, it's bad. So the situation now is I've got two very big ferries, or fishing, or one ferry, one fishing boat. I'll try and quickly get a picture of this. Right there. They are coming down on me. They are actually coming over the sandbar because of the surge and are making their way towards me. Yeah, so at some point I'm going to have to, I mean, if they come closer and closer, I'm just going to let go and then drift down to the other side, and hopefully, and I'll actually probably start the motor and just see if I can get away from them. I'm a little bit scared to say that it's over. I feel like there's always a sting in the tail in these storms. At least that's my experience. But I'm kind of speechless. I don't know, really. I mean, the amount of damage. There was a bit of a clear patch, and I got the binocs out. The island's level. Every building has been knocked over. I don't even know what to say. It's just, you know, I feel so bad for Susie. She doesn't have money. She has this beautiful yacht, but you know, it's now on the bottom. Yeah, so I don't even know what to think, or like what to do next. It's not over. Maybe I just have to wait more. It'll be over tomorrow, maybe. And also the thought that the mast came flying backwards and smashed into the windshield, which actually stopped it, and it rebounded and went in the water. I mean, that would have just gone through my head. I was standing right there. So that's pretty crazy. I've never seen such force, not such violence. It's the most violent thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean, yeah, I'm never doing another one of these. I will leave the boat. I don't care. Fuck that. It is easy to die in this shit, and I guess there will have been some people who have died. The seas lifted this giant 3,000, 4,000 ton ferry right up onto the mangroves, and it seems to have stopped. Let's hope. I'm scared to say anything like that. There's a gust, and of course I don't want to say anything. I mean, it's probably could just start again. Anyway, I don't know. It's a nightmare. When it stops blowing and raining, I'll try and film some of the mess outside.
Impressive, huh? Scary. I asked Jason what part of the rigging had collapsed, causing the mast to come down, and he said the mast started to vibrate wildly and the aluminium profile simply ruptured. Last reading on the anemometer was 105 knots. I mean, what do you do in circumstances like that? Well, despite the boat being holed below the waterline, he got her to Grenada and had her hauled out so that he could start repairing her. There's a brilliant video update posted by his brother Wayne, who I think edited the video you've just watched from the material that Jason sent him. If you go to https://gofund.me/6035941f, there is a description on that page about all the stuff Jason is currently doing now with his boat in Grenada. Really, really interesting. It's a fascinating read. So, if you feel like helping a fellow sailor to get his boat repaired, then visit this site. And if you feel just like reading more about what's happening and want more details of the aftermath, Wayne has put up some brilliant descriptions from Jason's communications. Just go there and have a read. You don't have to subscribe. I have to say, I will now spend the rest of this hurricane season very, very concerned for my boat out in Martinique. No marina, however secure, is going to stop serious damage to boats in a direct hurricane hit with 100-mile-an-hour plus winds. If you want to comment about this to Jason, then please go to this link, which you can see on the bottom of the screen down there. This is his brother's Wayne site, and you'll find a link to it on the first page of this video of mine, so you can link to it from there. I really hope you've been impressed by this courageous bit of filmmaking as I've been. Bye. My library of digital sailing books is at gentlesailing.com, so you can buy them as instant downloads. There's a link to a printer who can convert them to hard copy if that's what you prefer. I've just totally updated and republished French Canal Routes to the Mediterranean, which is now in its 12th edition and is fully up to date with new information, charts and pictures. Recently I published Your Boat in the Sun, which proved an instant popular success. It's about where to keep your boat in the Mediterranean or the Caribbean and the costs and the logistics involved. The Atlantic Crossing Guide has become a bestseller, and it outsells most of the others, probably because it's arguably one of the most comprehensive guides to sailing to the Caribbean that's available. The Gentle Sailing Route to the Mediterranean is one of the most popular publications that I have. It describes how to coast hop all the way to Gibraltar without having to spend a night at sea. There are books about marinas in the Med, sailing in the Caribbean islands, as well as a book on simple navigation, and even a Pacific Ocean crossing guide, and a book about just living aboard a sailing boat. Anyway, it's all at gentlesailing.com, so please do pay the site a visit and browse through my publications if you have a moment. Thanks. Fair winds.